Yoshi? Yoshi, are you okay? He'll be fine. Anyways, hello everyone. Welcome back to Super Mario Sunshine. My name's Dario. Alright, we'll just get Yoshi. And if you can't tell, or you don't watch the last part, this is going to be a post-commentary episode. And unfortunately, I can't seem to get through a playthrough without doing at least one. But I think that happens to a lot of Let's Players, so nothing too bad on my part there. The reason that this is a post-commentary episode is because originally this was actually just a normal commentary episode, like me recording my voice while playing. But what happened is that I severely underestimated how hard it was going to be to accomplish the goal in this episode, which was, collecting 100 coins for the shine in each of the major levels. And my original intention was, while collecting the coins, to talk about each level and what I think of it, maybe rank it or something like that. But what ended up happening is that I kind of ran out of stuff to say, like after a minute, and I still had a lot to try to do. So yeah, you pretty much get the idea. So I decided to just do like a montage again, but except this time just actually instead talk about the levels in the game. So each level, I kind of adjusted it for speed. It should last about a minute and a half or so, which gives me just enough time to review a level. And if we go over, then, I got some other stuff I can talk about. But going into Bianco Hills, this 100 coin shine wasn't really that hard. It's actually pretty simple. And if I had to talk about this level, I guess I would say that for the first level, I think it's really good. I do like how the design of the level, like it looks like not a mountain, well, I guess a mountain village, but it reminds me of stuff like it looks like, I don't know how to describe it, like plaster, like the stuff you'd see in churches and stuff like that, like, that type of feeling, like you look like you can come up to those white walls and touch them, and they have kind of like that plastery smoothness to it. I think you kind of get where I'm coming from. And yeah, it really fits the hills vibe. Not a resort, but kind of like a nice little midway, like while you're hiking up the mountain. Like it's really weird to describe without saying like mountain village, because that fits more of a Piazza Village. But I don't know. Anyways, so outside of that, I do think it's a good first level, and it helps bring the players in and understand how to use the mechanics of the game without being too difficult, and also interesting enough, because sometimes when things are too easy, you just kind of like ignore them or bypass them. Oh, and then the music is iconic, even though a lot of the music in the game is just variations of the same theme. I don't know if it was Koji Kondo. I think it was Koji Kondo that did it. If not, either way, whoever did it did a really great job of fulfilling the theme. And oh, thank God, we got the shine finally. So, and finally, I just realized I began saying shine, not shrine, like I have been for pretty much the whole game. So, thankfully, we're going to be moving on to Ricco Harbor now. So you see, like, oh man, I can't believe I thought I'd have enough to talk about while collecting 100 coins, because I think that by itself was probably like the shortest it took me in each of the levels. So, yeah, this montage idea was pretty good, thankfully. And now you can see I'm even more stretched for time. I don't know, it just feels much more natural when you talk, like while playing the game. Having to do post commentary, it feels very much like a last resort type of thing. But what can you do? That's why this game isn't really that great to not let's play. It's probably better to do on stream, or if you do let's play it, don't do it 100% like I'm trying to do. But anyways, to talk about this level, Ricco Harbor, not much more to say about it. It pretty much got immortalized by being in Smash Brothers Brawl, and I know I brought that up quite a few times already, but I can't stress it enough. It does stand out from the rest because of its appearance, because of its inclusion in the soundtrack and stuff like that. But Smash Bros. Just has that effect on a lot of things. Taking that aside, though, this level, I really like the music is good for it, but I guess the probably biggest detriment I'd have to give it is how hard it could be. Like just now, I just fell over, and I had to climb all the way back up to get things. It can be kind of a nuisance. but it's not too big of a difficulty spike as opposed to other games. It definitely, and it kind of really works out for, from going from the first level to the second level, because it goes from like a hillside little, home area to a kind of industrial kind of feeling area. I think something I really would appreciated throughout the game as a whole, because the GameCube was, I'm pretty sure it was the first Nintendo console to keep time, like internally, like the time itself, not through a game or something. I think it would have been really great to integrate time into the game, so that way, like, and Piazza Village has its night sections, of course, but I think it would have been really cool to like use the game's clock to keep track of time, and like say it was night outside, then it would be night in the game, like no matter what level you were in. But that goes just for any game, personally. Ricco Harbor. I pretty much said everything I need to say about it. Great level, good music. Hate those beams. But anyways, what I was saying about how I just think that's the case for a lot of games. But like ever since Pokemon Gold and Silver, I just thought it was fascinating that a game could keep time, and it really it just further immerses you. Like, the sun's setting outside, but the sun's also setting in the game. Like, I really wish more games did that, and the Pokemon games do. But I mean, I don't know. It's just not the same. Like, they really don't make day and night much of a difference that Gold and Silver did, and I kind of just wish games more capitalized on it, or at least gave you an option for it. But going into Gelato Beach, this is a really nice level, because this is the first beach level you do come across in the game, and there's no point in saying great music, because I think almost all the music in this game is great. But collecting the 100 coin shrine for this was a pain. I forgot. Like, I was running around trying to do it, and I was like, how the hell am I gonna get all the enough coins to get the shine? There has to be something I'm missing, and I totally forgot. And I won't spoil it until I start doing it, that there's the easy way to get coins, and I actually had to look it up while playing. But no, yeah, this is the first beach level you come across in the game, so it definitely does stand out, because this is a summer game. So in summer, when you think of summer, you tend to think of beaches first and foremost. So it's a very like Hawaiian vibe, like a very like, yeah, that's pretty much it. It really fulfills the Hawaiian vibe, and I think it did a great job, and really pulling you in the beach environment. Like, they could have been cheap and just did the beach like the first level, but they kind of made you wait, and then the payoff was pretty good, if that makes sense. I don't know, I might be just making stuff up as I go. But anyways, this is the part I'm talking about. Like, I'm at 68 coins. There's like this whole trail of coins that you got to bounce up, and then you have to like jump off at the right moment at the very top. And it's like I couldn't figure out how to do it. I was like, am I missing something? I have to be. And then so that's the whole little pause section is me looking it up, and as of course you see, you have to pop the melons to get the coins, and you can do it about 8 times, I think. And as a result, it's just like I think this is something I've always had to look up if I wanted to try to get the 100 coin shine, and I guess I've always forgot it. But so yeah, anyways, I'll just finish up Gelato Beach since it's gonna be done in a second. I'm gonna be coming back to this level later on the Let's Play a little bit. There's only a few more parts of the Let's Play left, but I'm gonna be coming back, and I'm not gonna spoil it, but this isn't gonna be the last we see the level for sure. For the most part, the levels in this video, this is gonna be the last time we're gonna see some of the levels, because there's no reason to go back unless I come up with one. But this one is definitely one we gotta come back to, and we're about to get it now, so thankfully. And I think for almost every level, actually, I got like exactly 100 coins. But certain levels have their like maximums, like you can get up to like 999 coins. I think you can only do that on about 3 levels, 2 of which are easy, 1 of which is actually kind of a pain, if I recall right. So anyways, I think next we go to, because I'm doing the levels in order at this point, so we're going to be going to Pinot Park, which unfortunately, like, there is a okay, so I'll just say it here. Like, I don't actually go into the park. I have to I do the easy way of getting 100 coins, which is to grind the bullet bills that the guy shoots out, or that the mole shoots out. So we don't even get to go into the park. This is like one of the best levels ever of anything, and we don't even get to go in. But we went into the park a few episodes prior, so it's not the worst thing, but still. Anyways, I always thought this beach area was really nice. It's kind of like a nice prelude into the final area. It's almost like, I think I said this before, it's just really cozy, just really, I mean, aside from the bombs being shot at you, of course, but it's just a very nice, like, cozy area. Like, you can, like, it's a very different vibe from Gelato Beach, which we just came from. Like, it's very tranquil, once again, when the bombs are not shooting at you in different parts. And then the park, oh man, I said this before, but it's worth saying again. Like, I remember going to the boardwalk that's not too far from my place, and like, this was like a few years ago, or at least, or no, even, I take that back, not even just a few years ago, when I was a kid, like after playing this game, and then like later that summer going to the boardwalk, it just really helps solidify the feeling like of like a beachside boardwalk. It just, and you know, in my head this music was playing. This was before iPods, so you know, you kind of had to have the game either recorded on a tape deck, or that was pretty much it. That wasn't YouTube. I couldn't look it up on like my phone or anything. But yeah, Peanut Park is like probably one of the best levels like of any game. I really enjoy it, but you know, it really solidifies the atmosphere. And I think the next level we're gonna go to is Sirena Beach, if I recall. So and Hotel Delfino, and thus, and by talking about these levels, it actually makes me realize. In the last part, we were talking about the beta elements of the game, and the most notable parts being that there was extra levels originally intended for the game. For example, another hotel, and a battleship island, a lighthouse island, a fire temple of some sort, and like a root rock or something like that. Now I think I'm just gonna make a guess here. I have no basis on this. I think probably like the reason they cut back on levels was, one, due to time, because you know, they never, you know, the GameCube was still new. Putting more time into graphics and music and other stuff probably held them up, you know, unlike previous games, previous work on games. So I'm gonna say, like, I'm gonna make the guess that the reason they cut those levels was because it kind of got redundant. Because if you notice in the final game, each level greatly like stands on its own, if that makes sense. Like, you know, you like I was saying, Bianco Hills has like that not mountain village but hillside village. Ricco Harbor has like that industrial, you know, something you would see in like the Hawaii, like with the girders and stuff everywhere. Gelato Beach is kind of like the typical beach and stuff like that. Peanut Park is like the beachside park and stuff like that. And Sirena Beach itself, like, instead of just having another beach, they kind of like, they made the level more about Hotel Delfino, actually. And it's, you know, the stuff you have to do here, and it's like a haunted hotel and stuff like that. I think maybe what would have happened is that, I don't know if it would have been Hotel Delfino or the other hotel, Hotel La Cremia or whatever. I think probably they would have had one beach be like unhaunted, like the stuff I was mentioning in the last part. There was one episode where it's talking about like helping people with their luggage and stuff like that. So I think one hotel would actually just been a normal hotel, like, you know, you're helping people and seeing like probably like toads or piantas or other kind of creatures and stuff like that. And then one hotel would have been like a desolate, empty hotel with ghosts and stuff like that. But for the final game, they just decided to combine them. For time purposes, and because like it'd be kind of redundant to have multiple areas that are more or less the same, just with a little bit of difference. I mean, like I said, just look at Gelato Beach and Sirena Beach. They're both beaches, but they both have fundamental differences to it. So, you know, instead of having a bunch of areas that kind of just, you know, that kind of just like, anyways, you get what I'm saying. Like they condensed a lot of the levels and made them, like, there's a much lesser amount of levels than in here than in Super Mario 64, but each of them are enriched, like, very much so, because there's so much packed into the levels in each episode and stuff like that. You know, the only one I would say that feels kind of left out, maybe, if that's the right term, would be Nokey Bay, which is the one we're in right now. And the only reason I say that is because there isn't much. I mean, the only story that's in Nokey Bay is like, you learn about like the Nokey King, like a little hint or so about it, and then that's pretty much it. You don't really learn about the Nokey or the people that much. You just have to help Grandpa. You have to help like an eel get like its tooth removed and stuff like that. Whereas the other ones kind of have like their own problems you have to solve, kinda. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a stretch actually. But like for this section example, like this is supposed to be like the Nokey City, like at the bottom of this ocean stuff, and you only ever come down here like, I think you're only forced to come down here like 2 times, I think. And actually, if I recall right, I think this first recording is me messing up, because I remember thinking there's one time I did this, and I was thinking about it while actually recording this. Is like, I remember trying to get the 100 coins, and I did it down here, but like, you got to be really careful because you can die very easily, because if you collect all the coins, you have nothing to refill your air with. So you got to be careful not like to collect every coin you see when you see it. And I was thinking like, oh, that would suck if that happened to me right now. And spoiler alert, it kind of does. Like, I'm trying to, like, I got 2 coins left, and I'm like, crap, where are they at? And I'm like looking around trying to rush, like, oh crap, I don't know where it is. My life's ticking down. This better not happen to me again. And probably would have been better if I left it a surprise. But you can see by my frantic swimming that I'm just like, oh crap, this is gonna happen again. But luckily I don't let it happen. I just rage quit before I do. So I just wanted to show this part where I get 4 coins, so I absolutely am sure I don't miss out on anything. But anyways, yeah, that's why like I would say like Nokey Bay is the most underdeveloped level, because I mean, it's not bad. I'm not saying it's the worst, like the worst out of the bunch, but there definitely is a lot of like mystery and story here that it feels like they never touch upon. Like I said, they mentioned a Nokey King, the Nokey City and stuff like that, and you really never do anything with it. So, or they never do anything with it. But then again, this is Nintendo. They've never been like super focused on story, so it's not even like the biggest loss. And I pretty much just repeated myself, so I apologize. But luckily, that's the end of the level. So, but I do love the music for Nokey Bay. I will give it that. And I think with that, we just go to Piazza Village, and then we're going to be back in Delfino Plaza for the last shine. And let's see, just boost up here, and I miss, and then I boost up here again. So we're in the final part of the level, Piazza Village, or the final level of this video, like normal level of this video, and it's Piazza Village. This one actually gave me some trouble collecting the 100 coins too, because the easiest way is to, as you can see, you use Yoshi to pick up the bees with your tongue, and I just died there because I was dumb. And you use it to pick up the bees with your tongue, and it shoots out coins, and that's the easiest way, and it might be the only way. There might be another way, but it's harder. I'm not sure. But yeah, I thought Piazza Village was so cool. It's a very good last area of the game. Most last areas are kind of like sinister or dark in some area, but like I kind of like how this is the last area, and it has like it's like at the top of Isle Delfino, like. And actually, when you look at the level geometry, it really doesn't make sense. Like, why? Like, because if you look at the level from like the highest, like the very top, you'll see that it's way bigger than it should be. Like, there's literally just a giant hole in the middle of the island, and then like the village. So, it actually doesn't make sense. Like, if you were to put every level on one giant map, I don't think you could do it. Actually, it makes me curious. I wonder if someone did that in Minecraft. I'm not really a fan of Minecraft, but it's just something I just thought about. That might be something I'll look up. But that being said, like I said, I love the music. I love how it goes night here. This is the only level it does night. So as a result, it automatically gets kind of like, not a free pass, but more noteworthy cause. I do think like the episodes of this level didn't really stand out much to me. Like, I mean, aside from the Goopy Inferno. But, oh, hey, we're already done. Wow. I had a lot more to say, too. I was too busy talking about other stuff. And then for the last part, it's going to be collecting the coins from here in Delfino Plaza. You know what's funny? It's it's weird. I felt like Delfino Plaza was bigger when I was a kid. Like, and that doesn't make sense in a video game. Like, if you go to like a elementary school and you come back when you're older, then it like makes sense. Like, oh, like everything looks smaller because you know you were there when you were smaller. But for some reason, as a kid, well, then again, I stated this before in previous Let's Plays and maybe other parts, how, you know, as a kid, you would spend, at least for me, I'm sure others, you would spend more time just playing the game. Like, you wouldn't even be collecting coins or shines or anything like that. You would just be just playing the game, like running around, pretending Mario's like talking to people, maybe like pretending to buy stuff like that, like the fruit or something like that. You just pretend, kind of like what kids do with Minecraft now, funny enough, like, you know, to make that a full circle. So so yeah, a lot of time I did spend playing this game. It wasn't just like playing it literally, it was just running around the environment, because you know, before this we didn't have anything like it. Like worlds, especially in Mario 64 for example, worlds were just like isolated in like darkness, kind of like the special stages in this game. But this was like at least one of the first games I played where it's like the worlds were kind of interconnected, sort of. I mean, Banjo-Tooie kind of did that, but I also played that game, you know, like I would run around and not play it. I would just, it was like a toy to me in a sense. So yeah, Delfino Plaza, to bring it all back to Delfino Plaza. Yeah, it's, I guess at this point for me, I'm kind of tired of it because I've seen so much of it. But to judge it objectively without like all my time I've spent here, it's a really good hub world. I think it would look beautiful at night. So once again, I'm gonna use my last few minutes to preach about how all games should have a night mode in it. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We're almost done with this episode. I guess the last things I'll mention is the last few beta elements and stuff that I never got to mention in the previous part. Some of which were the fact that like the life counter can actually go up to three digits instead of just 2. So you could have like up to like 999 lives presumably. And the fact that you can kind of see like in, or maybe I'll show that. No, I'll just tell you. In Sirena Beach, you can see like on the map, on the poster you jump through with the boo on it, it's actually using a better version of Isle Delfino. It's like, if you look at it, you'll see like a bridge connecting Pina Park to the mainland, or an island to the mainland, and a few other things, but it's definitely not the map used in the game. It's definitely based on an older one. And if when you look at the map, it says Dolphic on it, which is the Japanese name of Delfino, not the American one. So I think there was something else I wanted to say, but I'll mention it probably more when I play the game, like for real. But those are two things I did want to mention, that, you know, just to fill the void right between now and the end of the video. So anyways, I hope this commentary was pretty good. Next episode, I will be back to normal commentary, thankfully. So anyways, thank you guys for watching, and hope you had fun, and see you guys next time. Take care.